Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you're welcome to Okunola Academy. We want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you for subscribing to our channel and liking them. Please, once again, we create your indulgence to please subscribe to this video, like, and please share and leave your comment. Once again, you're welcome. And today we have lined up the topic that says interview tips, how to land your dream job, and of course the top secrets thereafter. And as usual, we have lined up subtopics that will aid us for clearer understanding. And first and foremost, we'll be looking at the meaning of interview. We'll paint a picture so that we'll get the understanding. Then thereafter, we'll look at what things you must do before you attend that next interview of yours. After that, we go to the smart tips. The smart tips will unveil the do's and the don'ts, of an interview session, that is before, during, and of course after. After that, we now go to the interview top secrets. The top secrets that you often is not known to the applicant as it were. So we'll be doing that going forward. Now, understanding interviewing sessions. Basically, interview is a meeting. Is expected to be a meeting. Of course, in the meeting, you converse. That means you converse. There's conversation, and there is discussion. And of course, you have questions and reasons to answer those questions put forward, as it were. So, whether it is an online or physical meeting, you understand that you will be having a conversation with the owners of the business. You also be having conversation, perhaps maybe with the human resources managers, and of course team as well. And of course, you may also be having conversation with the consultant that is responsible for the interview, as it were. Now, like I said, whether it is an online interview or a physical interview, we should know that interviews are often short-timed. A short time that it is expected that you provide every reasonable information that may be asked during the period. Although there are instances where interview extend beyond a short time period, however, the timing is often limited. Now, going forward, those things you are expected to know before you attend the interview once you're being called upon. We have identified 5 items, and we'll be unveiling them one after the other. The first one says that it is essential that you research into the existence of the organization that has called you up for an interview. And what we mean by that is that you research to get the company history, where they all started, where they were, or where they are presently, as the case may be. In the line of this, you are expected to also know how it all started by founders, those who constitute the board presently, and so on and so forth. Likewise, you also are expected to have a handful of, certain information. For instance, the record of perhaps profit, branches, where their market share and all that, so that this gives you, an edge over, any other applicant that has also been called up as well for the same purpose. Secondly, it is also expected that you have full knowledge of the advertised position, full knowledge in the sense that are you well qualified in that area. You need to understand that are you well experienced in that area. So you need to get that information accordingly. And then thirdly, you have to also have the ability to speculate into the reason for the advertised position. Now, what this means is that companies advertise for several reasons. For instance, could it be, they are experiencing a decline in profit and they need an expert in that area who could help them drive profit or sales as it were? Or is it that they just need additional personnel to aid, improve profit or sales as it were? Or perhaps the company is opening a new branch and they need a hands-on expert who will be managing that new branch. So you need to avail yourself this information, before you go for the next interview. And then number 4 is that you should bear at the back of your mind that there are others who are as qualified as you and others who are even more qualified than you. There's a possibility that you have someone who is more qualified than you or have little or no knowledge or information as much as you do. So this could serve as an edge if you have done the aforementioned as it were. Now, going forward, what are the smart tips that you also expected to have when you are attending an interview session? We have identified the don'ts and, of course, the do's of interview as the case may be. Now, one here is that do not be late to the interview session. You are not expected to be late for interview session. In fact, practitioners and consultants globally agree that it is appropriate that you get to your interview venue probably 45 minutes before time. 45 minutes before time, so that you get settled down and wait to be called upon for the interview. Also, you are not expected to appear informal because you are going for a formal occasion. So you have to appear formal as the case may be. Also, you are not expected to wear a rumpled, dirty shirt or bad shoe. So you need to appear, neat and smart as the case may be. Now, during the interview, those things you also do not do is to argue with the panel. Rather, you communicate. Recall that we said that interview session involves that you communicate. It's a meeting. We said it is a meeting, and in a meeting you're expected to communicate. You're expected to put forth questions and you answer questions very well. So when you're in a meeting, it is not expected that you argue with the panel. Rather, you communicate. Now, also, do not provide information that is not required except if it is unavoidably needed and linked to the position or requested. You do not bring forth a distance information all in the name that you want to gain cheap, appraisal. Just stick to the reason why you are being interviewed. Then lastly on the don'ts is that you do ensure that you do not appear fake and unreal. What we mean here is that, for instance, if you are applying for a $1 job, but at the same time you are holding a $1,000 worth of phone, so you need to be wary of these smart tips. What this implies is that if you're applying for a $1 job, you're holding a $1,000 worth of phone, and you're expected to be employed in a finance department of an organization, practically you have set an assumption in the mind of the panel that you will probably live above your means. So you need to be wary of this. Ensure that you do not appear fake, and this could go to both the male and of course the female. Even if it has to do with bags, shoes, and all that, just appear simple, smart, and neat as the case may be. Now, the do's of interview going forward is that you do know the reason you are being interviewed. This has been said earlier, that you get fact about the advertised position, get fact about the organization as the case may be. Now, one of the things you must do also during the interview session is that you must be confident of yourself and you must be bold. Be sure that you know what you're saying. Be sure that you have your facts. Be sure that you have your figures, and be confident to relate them at the session. Now, do ensure you are also courteous, polite, and respectful. Like said, do not argue, but communicate. Also, do ensure you wear a smiling face before, during, and after the interview as the case may be. Now, ensure your phones are in silent mode, or perhaps they are off, you are switched off, or perhaps you leave them out of sight. This is essential if you have to avoid not to appear fake and unreal as it were. Now, going forward, we are going to review top secrets that you never know happens after the interview session. Quite a number of applicants are guilty of this, and how we need to open it. It's top secret that often organizations do not let you know. Now, practically after the interview session, what organization, be it human resource managers or the consultant team, what they do is to do what they call profiling. They do profiling of those who have been successful during the interview, and trying to reach a conclusion on which out of several that has been successful that will be eventually given the job. So at the back end, they undertake what is called profiling, and profiling simply means fact checks. Fact checks, the easier and the smartest and the fastest way to do the smart check is through the social media. Now, these days, you're aware that some of us, if not all of us, have one social media handle or the other, or perhaps you are even involved in all the available social media hands-on. Now, this says an advantage, and of course at the same time a disadvantage. Now, when a company is doing a profiling, what they want to find out first and foremost is that the name that you have supplied in your curriculum vitae and the name you have supplied during your interview session, how well does it tally with the name on your social media? If these are inverse, then you can be sure that you are ticked as one of those that probably will not get the job. So what this simply means is that your name that you presented on your CV and during the interview should also be the same name that would be found when it's being checked online. So you need to be wary of this, especially those of us who try to do a funkification of our names. You want to do a funkification of your name, you want to put your nickname and all that. So if peradventure you have listened to this video, I believe it will help you in shaping and making an informed decision. So please take note of that. Secondly is the associations and friends that you keep. The social media has a way of pointing to the kind of friends we have. So you need also to be wary of this information. Who are your friends on social media? Who do you mingle with? This goes a long way, in deciding when a profiling is being done on every candidate seeking for job opportunity. Also, going forward are pictures. Does your pictures that you post on social media, does it depict certain degree of moral or decadence, or does it depict, the kind of job you do, the kind of profession you are into, and all that? So this also goes a long way when profiling is being done on each candidate. So henceforth, you need to be in you need to be conscious of the kind of pictures you put there online, most especially if you have an ambition to seek a top job globally. Also, we go to the lifestyle and event. There's a way the organization or the consultant as well, or the resource manager, try to identify what kind of lifestyle do you live and what kind of event you attend. All of these are, oftentimes found in social media. Your lifestyle, will it be able to aid the organization going forward, or will it bring the organization to a bad repute, as it were? Interest is also another one. So we need to be wary of all these items and several others. So these are top secrets that you can never find, even after you must have, gone through your interview sessions. So perhaps you've gone through interview sessions in the past and you were not called up. These and several others that are not also identified here may be one or two reasons why you were not called up for that job opportunity. So please, we hope that this tutorial has been able to shed a very a top light, especially the top secret relating to interview as well. Once again, please like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and please share and leave your comment. Thank you.